couldn't happen. You.
What's up, people?
Peace. Turn that music up a little bit.
Rainy day.
Yeah, man. Welcome, y'all. Peace. Welcome to Substantial Sundays. There was something I was going to do. I think I did it.
You mean turn the mic down? Turn the volume thing?
I did. Try. I think we're good.
Oh, okay.
We should be good.
I hope so.
Me too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, but peace, y'all. Good to see y'all, man. Definitely. Oh, that's what it is. The voice is coming back real strong. Yeah. We adjust that real quick.
He yelling in his mouth.
Yeah, man. But welcome. Welcome.
Maeva.
We got the fam up in here.
Yeah, she is. Maeva's on time today.
Maeva. What it ill.
Good job, Maeva.
Maeva, you should bring the family through on Tuesday. You know what I mean? Get the squad together. Tell them to come through Kwanzaa with us. Big happy Kwanzaa to everybody watching right now.
Mm-hmm.
Today is the fourth day of Kwanzaa. It is Ujamaa, which means cooperative economics. And you know, and for those who don't know what Kwanzaa is about, got my Kwanzaa shirt for you, you know what I'm saying? We celebrate family, we celebrate community, we celebrate culture, we celebrate life, you know what I mean? And our heritage, you know, so definitely, man, if you are in the DMV area and you're available this Tuesday, come through Creative Suitland in Suitland, Maryland, down the street from Suitland High School, across the street from the census, and you can come celebrate with us. That will be the 6th day of Kwanzaa, where we are celebrating Kuumba, which is creativity. All right. The first one was crazy, man. Like, yo, it was really, really dope. Shout out to our man Sherm.
You didn't tell him what time though.
Oh yeah, I did not. It is from 1 to 5 p.m. So it's an early joint. Some of y'all getting out of work early, y'all just go ahead, fall through, kick it with us for a little bit, and then you can go ahead to y'all New Year's Eve parties and all that good stuff, and do a whole bunch of stuff you hopefully will forget going into 2020. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. But come through. It's a family affair. It's definitely gonna be dope. Because the last one we just did was amazing. Got us super excited for next year, and that's a long ways away, and we're already like planning for next year. So
how's the new spot? The
new spot is dope. In fact. Well, first things first, I forgot to go through the spiel, right? So welcome to Substantial Sundays. I'm Substantial. This is my brother J Cash.
That's me.
The homie Sherm had to take the night off. You know, shout out to him. We love you, bro. Hang in there.
Always,
you know what I mean?
Always.
If you are a veteran, you already know, make sure you say peace. Let us know where you tuning in from. For those who don't know, make sure you say peace. Let us know where you tuning in from. And make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any Substantial Sundays in the future. Sorry for starting late. The weather is filthy out here, and there was some technical stuff per usual. You know what I mean? But we are here. So today's show is gonna be a little different because we one man down, but we want to close the year out strong. Talk about some of our favorite stuff from this past year.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a lot.
It's been a year, man.
It's been a year. It's a lot of negative stuff to talk about.
Oh yeah.
But there's been some dope stuff to talk about too.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, man. So we're gonna get into all of that, and also this is a sentimental. This is a bit sentimental too, because this is the last Substantial Sundays we doing here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Unless there's like a freak accident that happens over there, and then we gotta do it over here,
which we don't anticipate.
We don't anticipate at all.
This is it. Enjoy this background.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
I mean, I'm still gonna see it because I live here. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna be coming over. You know what I mean? But it might be a while before y'all see it. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's check out some of these comments.
Josh McGee, what's up, man?
Hey, peace, Josh. What's going on?
Calvin.
All right. Calvin, what up? Groovy Bear TV, peace.
SSJ God, what's going on, bro?
Man, y'all got to do something in May or June in the DMV. My wife and fam is in Harrisburg, so it's nothing but a trip. Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, well, look, man.
It's a long-ass trip. You talking about Harrisburg.
Right, yeah, that is not a short trip.
Yeah, it's doable. But
yeah, it's real. It's real. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, he said, wow, Maeva said, last Substantial Sundays of the decade.
Damn.
Of the decade. So this is not the last show that we're going to do.
Don't
this is not the last show we're going to do. What it says in that text, it's the last show at this studio.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, Substantial Art and Music, which is a company that I own, that I co-own with my wife, Rochelle Etienne Robinson, and it's a consulting service. We now have an actual office, and so going forward, the office is actually a bit closer to my brother's. So we're going to be shooting there going forward. So it's going to be a slightly different setup. We still are putting the office together. So likely after this show, we were talking before we went live, we'll likely be off for like 2 weeks. Take 2 weeks just to finish prepping that area.
We'll be back soon.
Yeah. And, you know, we just got to test things out to see how the sound is going to be over there and work out all of that stuff. So, so we're going to take 2 weeks off to make sure we're right and ready when we get over there and it's smooth sailing. And we'll be back to our usual. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
but
what show is this now? Oh, first, I want to say thank you for having me. You
man,
know what I mean? Because y'all were doing it for a while to say cash come through. You know what I mean? And be a part of it. I appreciate that, and for the love I get from the people, I appreciate that too. Just making me a part of your Sundays each and every week. That I'm able to do it. I appreciate this opportunity. But you're at 83 now.
Yes,
17 away from episode 100. You know what I mean? So, you know, I guess stay tuned for something in maybe June.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel like maybe we make it like a live event.
That'd be hot.
Yeah, like we go live, but then we actually have it as like a live event of some sort or whatever. Because, I mean, that's the dope thing about the office. It's like stage is walking distance from, like, dog, it's like I walk out my office, go through another door, it's a full theater.
That's what's up.
So we could,
I like that idea.
So maybe for show 100, maybe we turn that into like a live event. And so I know some of y'all are local. Those who aren't local, if that's something you might be interested in making a trip for, we can set it up for the summertime or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that could be dope. You know, so we'll work on it. But then that means that when we plan out our shows from this point going forward, we got to make sure we don't miss.
That is true.
Yeah,
that is true.
Can't cancel any Sundays.
That is true.
So if I lose an arm or something, be like, yo, report to you live. This is gonna be the shortest video ever because I'm about to go back into surgery. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So yeah, I think that might be.
Appreciate that, Cal.
We'll talk more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We'll figure it out.
You know how we do.
Yeah.
We get creative. You know what I mean? Then we can start talking about merch. Maybe get some shirts made up.
Yeah, yeah. We already got the one thing we want to do. We just gotta, get Sherm to turn in that photo. You know what I'm saying? Damn it, Sherm. We just snap a random photo.
I was thinking, I go through the portfolio, but I have to take that.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Be like, wow, I look all crazy. Well, you should have sent the picture. Should have sent the picture. But yeah, man. That's what's up. Look at you getting all the love. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that, man.
Really do. Yes, we got a great. If we do that, we definitely got to get some great guests for the live event. We're blessed that we live in the DMV because there's no shortage of talented people here, all of which who are just amazing. But then we got plenty of folks who are from here, who do stuff here like every now and then, but are like known internationally. So it's like, man, we can put that together, and you never know who will just fall through. So that could be exciting.
It would be a dope showcase too.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Not only just for you and the business that you're doing and all the work you do for artists outside of DMV, but those that are around, they can get some exposure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that would be.
I think it'd be
we'll
dope.
talk.
Yeah, for sure.
We definitely got to talk.
Yeah, for sure. Pardon. For those of you who like the shirt, let me because I saw like one or two people complimenting the shirt. Let me hit you with this info. You know what I'm saying? inmusic.com/store. Yeah. Bong. All right.
What's up,
so
Jazz?
that's the link for those of you who are interested in this sweatshirt. You can pick it up in black or red. I felt bad after. I was like, I guess I should have did a green one too. I'll probably add a green one later. Because then like you get the squad, be like red, black, and green. Boo, I'll see what you did there.
We don't
Kwanzaa.
that.
You know what I'm saying? Right. That next year. Look at goals. You know what I mean? Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be dope. Yeah. So yeah, man. It's been no shortage of dope shit this year, man. So we're gonna ask some tough questions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all right, so like at this point, right? Happy Kwanzaa to anybody who's just coming in. But part of the theme of today's show is just talking about our favorite things from this past year. And so, I guess we'll start it off. You know what I mean? Since Cash is our sports guru, what is, like, who was your favorite team across sports to watch in 2019?
See, all right.
I know it's a tough one.
It's tough.
It's not like limiting it to a league. It's like across everything. Who do you enjoy watching?
Let me say, if I had to do an athlete of the year, if I had to do a person that I looked up to the most this year for what they've done, and how they represented, it'd be Megan Rapinoe. Megan Rapinoe, USA's soccer team player. She stood on her convictions. They won. They won the cup. They also she also won, I think female athlete of the year. Yeah. But her speech at the show, where she gave props to Colin Kaepernick. Yeah. You know what I mean? She, by far, to me, made the most impact athletically this year. Right. So she would be on that list. When it comes to teams I enjoy watching, it's interesting, man. Because the season of basketball, NBA, we had Toronto win their first championship this year. Right. We also saw the fall of the Golden State Warriors. You know what I mean? So that whole dynasty, and the power shift of the NBA just reaching halt. Yeah, it just came to a complete halt. So I enjoyed it for twofold. I enjoyed remembering what they stood for. I also enjoyed watching the dismantling of them, seeing where the other players left and where the other players went. Right. And seeing where the NBA is right now, where it's a lot more even, a lot more parity in the league. The Western Conference isn't as strong as it used to be. The Eastern Conference looks like it's a little bit stronger. It went from a 3+ team to now, because we have dual players, we have unions, like just two main guys in the team. Right. It's now become a lot more parity. Right. So I'm happy to see that. I mean, in NFL, it's still the NFL. I don't know how else to say that. The surprise team, I think, this year will be San Francisco 49ers. Nobody expected them to be as good as they are. Yeah. In Baltimore.
Oh. It's crazy because I haven't been watching, but
you gotta hear
Baltimore. Yeah, right. Like you can't. Like that's all I've been hearing about, and it's heartbreaking for me, right? Because Baltimore, like Baltimore is my team. Like once I started, once I stopped supporting Washington, I just went up the road. I was like, hey man, that's where my father family from. You know what I mean? Why not? They still in Maryland. Yep. And so yeah, so it's unfortunate, man. Like I'm happy for them dudes, even though I don't watch, but. Right. And it's a young black quarterback out here hurting these boys, so that makes just sizes me even more.
Yeah, and that's another reason why I'm rooting for him. You know what I mean? Because local, plus they told this guy, you never gonna play quarterback. You might as well switch your position, and he stood fast and said, no, I'm a quarterback. He fought against the odds. You know what I mean? And now
I've seen clips of them of dudes just. Like shitting all over this dude.
All the time, shitting on him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, he's a running back. He's not a quarterback. He can't throw the ball. Against all odds, now not only are they the number one team in their conference, we're seeing the fall of teams like the Patriots. You know what I mean? Who now will have to go on the road next week. I'm sorry, not go on the road, but they'll have to play as not wild card. They have to play the wild card weekend. Which is new to the Patriots. They usually get a week off, a bye, and all that other stuff. Right. Yeah, you're seeing a decline of them. You know what I mean? Right. So, it's been interesting, but it's also a changing of the guard. At the same time, I can't help but be disappointed for the NFL because of the stunt they pulled again with Colin Kaepernick. You know what I mean? So that's an unresolved issue in my spirit when it comes to the NFL. The way that whole situation went out, like this year it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. Sports has crossed over into politics. Politics is getting dirtier. Jay-Z and the whole signing, that controversy. This was all this year. Yeah, like, it's been so much that happened.
It's been a lot. The process in 1 year.
Yeah. So
real quick, Though the two questions in the chat, I got you. Stealth Deception, I got you, and Brother Throat Puncher. Name is hilarious. I got both of y'all. Just we're gonna let my man Cash finish up his joint,
right.
And then I want to drop some stuff, and then I'm gonna get to those questions.
Right.
But go ahead, bro.
So this has been the year of, and again, I watch all levels of sports. It's been a year reemergence of Tiger Woods. You know what I mean? So that's been a big thing this year. We've seen him come from, pretty much cancel mode. Like the golf world was kind of done with him. Like he's never going to be the same. He came back and had a strong year. Baseball wise, Houston proved to be a strong team, but the Nationals win their first after losing. What's the guy's name? After losing Bryce Harper.
Yeah.
In free agency.
Right.
They lost Bryce Harper. Yeah. And then they turn around and they win their first championship. They win their first World Series. So it's,
how does Bryce feel?
He's got to feel some kind of way.
Gotta feel away.
Got to feel some kind of way.
Gotta feel away.
Just left the team, and then literally months later, right? Not even a year, but months later,
right.
They win the championship without you. Not only did they do it without you,
These
but they had
ain't
fun.
loyal.
Oh hell no! They did it having fun. They did it having fun. So yeah, it's been a crazy year.
Hey, peace, Simeon. That's what's up, man.
Moving forward, 2020 has a lot to build on when it comes to sports. And I'm anxious to see what happens, man.
That's what's up.
Yeah, let me see what happens.
Yeah, man. Thank you, right? You know what I'm saying? I would say probably you started by mentioning who was my favorite team to watch. It was definitely the U.S. Women's soccer team, man. That was, I'm the only person in my household, with the exception of my 2-year-old daughter, who has never played soccer on an actual team. So, but my wife and my daughter, and when my daughter played, like my wife literally was the coach. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a soccer household and stuff, man. Like you can't marry into a Caribbean family and not be a soccer household. It comes with the territory. So like, man, we were on the edge of our seats all summer watching those games. And definitely rooting for the ladies, and they were just mopping the floor with bounds left and right. And the dope thing is, man, they didn't mince words about a lot of issues while they were doing it, and so it was just dope to witness. So that was definitely a highlight for me.
Talking about that was one of my favorite shows.
We had a great conversation about that earlier this year.
That was a great show.
Yeah, I forget what episode that was, but it was some time back.
We have to dig back through, but that was a great show that we had a lot of good dialogue about.
Talking about the pay and situation.
The women's sports, man. I would like to know. It's funny because I would have loved to know for this year what was the viewers' favorite show.
Yeah.
What do you think that their favorite show was?
Definitely. Let us know in the comments. What we've had a lot of shows this past year, so let us know in the comments what your favorite show of 2019 was with us and the guys. Like what particular conversation stood out to you. I know what the probably the word of the year might have been. Wakasha. Wakasha is the MVP for the word of the episode. Shout out to Sherm. You hear even when you're not.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So to answer your question, Simeon is Stealth Deception. Shout out to Simeon. He's based out in London. So it's super late out there, and I appreciate. Hey, my daughter's screaming through the door saying hi. So this is what we'll do, just to change things up, make it a little different, especially because it's the last show at the studio. What I'll do, obviously, I'm not gonna go through the whole collection, but I'll pick like maybe what do you think? Four or five random records, and then we'll tell the story. Habari Ghani, that's Ujamaa. You know what I mean?
Johnny.
Cooperative economics. So look, this is what we're gonna do. Let me see. So I'm gonna randomly pick some stuff. We're going to put these up here since those have been out, and we already kind of know what those are about.
Cloud Kick said the Amber Geiger episode was one of the realest. You remember that one?
Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that was deep. That was deep.
Man. Oh, like the first one I just picked was controversial. The first record I just picked.
Calvin says one of them for him was the T. Lucas being the first to rhyme on Substantial Sunday. Yeah, that was dope energy. That was dope energy. Also sponsored by Sherm. who's quick to put you on the spot for anything in the world.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Let me see. I got 4 right now.
What up to Wendy King?
All right, let me see.
Records.
Yeah, we'll take that. All right, bet. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So here we go. Yes, records. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shuffle these bad boys up, and I'm gonna let Cash pick them, and then I give you the story behind each one. Sound like a plan?
Sound like a plan. Slap.
Cool. Right.
Slap.
So, and I'm gonna make it so he can't see the covers fully. You know what I'm saying? Except the one on top, which is kind of, so he gonna pull one. Boom, we got the first one. All right. So, all right, gonna flip that around, show the people. Bye. So, record number 1 is by Daft Punk. The record is called Discovery. All right. So, that record right there is like, it's arguably their I don't even know if it's arguable, but like that might be their magnum opus. Like when you talk about Daft Punk to people, like that's the album that kind of like, I guess changed their careers and literally just like it's just a classic record. Like there's certain songs on that record that even if you don't know who Daft Punk are, you know those songs. Mm-hmm. You've walked into an Urban Outfitter and heard at least probably heard One More Time playing. If you're a Kanye West fan, then you've heard Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. You know what I mean? If you are an anime fan and you're a Daft Punk fan, you also know that this album is the album where they had the movie Interstellar 5555. Shout out to Marcus D, because I didn't even know that movie existed. You know what I mean? That movie came out a long time ago, and Marcus put me on in like 2011. So I didn't even know that was a thing. But this is like, that album's a masterpiece, man.
And one of Ren's.
Yeah, it's one of Ren's favorites. Yes.
Yeah, one of Ren's favorites.
Good job, Uncle James, Uncle Cash.
You know it.
Yeah, man. It's a great album. My favorite track from this album is definitely Something About Us. It's the lyrics. The production all over the album is great, but one thing people don't talk about when they talk about Daft Punk, most of the time, they don't say, hey, you know what? Daft Punk got lyrics. That song, Something About Us, the lyrics, the music sells the song, but the lyrics are dope. Super dope. It's a great record. Definitely check this record out if somehow you are one of the only people who haven't heard it. But yeah, Daft Punk, Discovery, all right? Like next, what we got? Put it on tilt.
And while I pick this one to answer your question, the Wendy King, life's getting good, man. Life's getting better.
Here's the controversial record. Show the people what you just pulled out. Oh, the controversial record.
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Yes, sir.
So now this Bill Cosby joint, basically, like I have like a small selection of comedy records, right? Some of which I already had. And then there were a few that, like, sometimes when I would go digging for vinyl, I would go, I'd find something and I'd scoop it. So around the time the accusations came out about Bill Cosby, people started getting rid of his records, right? Right. So like them joints, like all of a sudden, because there's certain things you just do not find at a thrift store, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you don't find, most of the time, you don't find like really like well-known records or records that everybody love. You usually don't find Bill Pills. No. You usually don't find, people like this up in there. But because of what he, the whole case and the track record.
This was cancel time.
Yeah, around the time people were canceled.
Cancel Bill Cosby time.
So because I'm a vinyl collector though, all of that aside, here's the dope thing about buying. The dope thing about buying a record from a thrift store or buying a record second hand, you technically aren't supporting the artist because the person who bought it the first time, they supported the artist. This time, you're supporting the thrift store. You know what I'm saying, or whoever else. So like for me, it was
clear
just
conscience real quick.
you know what I mean? Go ahead, clear my conscience. You know, it was like I ain't feel no way now because I saw it and I'm like, yo, it's history. That's for me more than anything else. It's like I haven't even listened to the joints because I got a bunch of Richard Pryor records. I got like Red Fox. I got a lot of different comedy vinyls. But like for Bill, it's like yo, like you know, regardless to how like horrific the things he did was, you know what I mean? He's still a part of our history. So to act like he never was here, to act like some of the things he did wasn't good, you know what I mean? It's like I'm all for canceling people who absolutely deserve to be canceled, but at the same time, I'm not going to pretend like they didn't exist.
I just feel like Bill Cosby is a beautiful movie with a tragic ending.
Yes. Woo!
That's what it is. He's a beautiful movie.
Hey, cash over
tragic
here.
ending. You think of some of the best sad movies you've seen in your life.
Yeah, damn, that was a great way to sum it up.
Cosby, you know
right.
what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah,
classic,
man. Yeah.
Classic.
Okay, we got three more. All right. Shout out to Simeon for the idea, man. You know what I mean? So go ahead and pull another. You want to go with that one? Okay, cool. So this one there, y'all just saw the name on the back. That's the Hypnotic Brass Ensemble. Those dudes are a dope brass band. I believe they are from Chicago. They are super talented, man. Like I listen to a lot of instrumental music, not just like I think a lot of times people expect that because like some of my production that I rap over or produce is like lo-fi, and then they associate me with that sound, so I think they just think I sit around listening to that type of stuff in old jazz records all the time. Mm-hmm. But I do listen to a lot of instrumental stuff, like newer instrumental stuff produced by like live bands like Hypnotic Brass Ensemble, produced by people like the El Michels. Mm-hmm. There's a band that I just got hip to whose name starts with a K and their name is hard to pronounce. Cobra. I'm gonna look it up before we get off, but I like new stuff with an old feel, right? And it's all live, and so I love the Hypnotic Brass Ensemble. I'm actually I started an email because I'm writing them because I'm trying to see if I can clear a sample from them for my next album. So fingers crossed for that. But if by chance Hypnotic Brass Ensemble ever sees this, I am a super fan of y'all's. I went to Tokyo some years ago, and the dude told me that the location I was at chilling, he was like, man, you just missed these dudes like a day or two ago. I was like, what? I lost my mind. I didn't even know they were in town. I definitely would have checked them. But yeah, so Hypnotic Brass Ensemble. All right.
Two more.
All right. Boom, boom.
Let's go with this one.
All right. So that is Joan Baez. That record right there, Journey Through Our Time, is actually the record I got the sample for this song I flipped for Tone Deaf, this remix that I flipped for Tone Deaf, because I thought it was just dope. I was cleaning the studio, I was listening to the album in the background. She does like folk music, and she has a song that dealt heavily with time, and I know Tone had this particular track called Moment. Where the whole song was dealing with time and that constant battle with it. Mm-hmm. And so when I heard a particular song off this record, I was like, man, I hit Tone up instantly. It was like, dog, listen to this song. This would make for a great sample to remix your song Moment. And he was like, yeah, nah, that's crazy. You should do it. And I was like, whoa. At this time, I wasn't doing a whole lot of beats. I used to do a whole lot of beats, but by then I was kind of chilling. I was teaching kids production, but wasn't making a lot of stuff of my own. So Tone challenged me, and then when he came down to the studio, he crashed with me when Cunnilingus was on tour, and I let him hear the record again. He was like, "Nah, seriously, man, I think you should do it." And so the second he left, him, J Live, Cunnilingus, like all these dudes kicking it out my studio, they roll out. All that inspiration was still in the studio. I banged the joint out, sent it to him. He loved it, and that's how that track came to be. You know what I mean? Hold on. Y'all should make a big playlist of 2020. Like, I'm going into 2020, start the year off, right? Just good-ass music. To get, you know what? I like that idea.
Me too.
Yeah, we'll holler at Sherm. We'll see what we can put together.
Maybe do a decade's best.
That would be.
Every year.
Yeah, wow, that'd be tough. Like three songs for each joint. Each one of us pick a joint.
Yeah, that's hot.
That could be tough.
Thanks for giving us homework.
Hey man, thanks Wendy. Right, great for you guys, maybe.
That's a great concept though.
All right, last one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so memories.
Man, we had to take it back for that one.
Memories.
For those who don't know,
Raucous.
This album by Pharoah Monch, Internal Affairs, that was his debut solo album. This is also significant for this particular year because I believe it's the 20th anniversary of this album back in October. And he did a concert at the Kennedy Center here in DC. And so man, like this album, yo, yeah, so many crazy. This album single-handedly,
because you can't get this on Apple. You can't
now. You can.
You can now.
Just this year.
Okay, it's happening.
Yeah, just this year.
It's happening.
Like he just. That's why I picked it out because I was going through it. I was gonna pick something else.
I was looking for this on Apple. I couldn't get it.
But yeah, man, this right here. Yeah, this is a great record. This album also, fun fact. There's a song on this album that almost single-handedly brought down Raucous Records, and that's the song, the Godzilla joint. Now get the fuck up, boom, boom, boom.
Simon Says?
Yeah, Simon Says, man. It's like,
you serious?
Because they got sued.
I know Raucous got sued, but I didn't know it was this song.
Dude, it was because of that song. Yeah, that song, man.
One of the dopest songs. Too.
Yeah, Stan. Important question: does the decade end in 2 days or next year?
2 days.
Right. Semantics, really.
Because the new one starts.
Right.
When you reset to 0, you technically start a whole nother day. I get where he going.
Right. Johnny
even explaining
Johnny's
like,
throwing a wrench in the situation.
Yeah.
Give a man a wrench.
Yeah. But technically, that at the drop of the ball, you start a whole new decade. So you've gone 10 years.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the vinyl. You know what I'm saying? I hope you dug that. The brother who asked the question about Shingo, we have not officially done a song together. We have recently started talking about it. I'm working on my new album, and I actually have a track in mind that I would like to get him on. So we'll see how it goes. All right, I'll keep y'all posted. On that note, we already talked about like the best sports, best teams and stuff like that, best players of 2019. So what was your favorite album that came out this year?
Dreamers 3.
Dreamers 3. That's what's up.
But it's the one album that I could put on.
That you kept coming back to?
Yeah, I kept coming back to it. So Dreamers 3. I like Big Crit's album. I also like Rhapsody's album.
Yes, Rhapsody.
I would say those 3, but of those 3, it was Dreamers 3. YB Corday. His album too was dope. But Dreamers 3. It just had, to me, it had the versatility that the other ones, I won't say not necessarily didn't have, but it peaked more than those. You know what I mean? So, Dreamers 3. How about you?
For me, it is, I would say it's Anderson .Paak's Ventura joint.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That, yeah.
Yeah.
I there is no like when I basically did my end of the year rap for Spotify, it said he was my most listened to artist, and I didn't even have to check what album it was because literally it's the only album I've heard this year where like probably at least half the songs from the record still get played every week.
That's facts.
Yeah, and yeah, man, I just think it's just great music top to bottom. It's only like one track on there that really isn't like a track I always go back to, and I feel so bad because I'm a Nate Dogg fan, but that's my least favorite song from the record. But yeah, man, like Sherm.
The reason why I love that album, but Oxnard to me was preferred over Ventura.
Yeah, it was more of a like rap. I was harder album.
It was hard.
Yeah.
So,
no, it was a dope joint.
But I definitely love Ventura, man.
Yeah, Ventura was just. Yo, that Smokey Robinson joint was history.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, the joint with Brandy was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the opening joint with 3 Stacks was crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, my God, son. That dude, man. Yeah. Yo, yeah, it's just so many great songs on that album. Winter Circle's
Jazz
fire.
Said
What'd she say?
ROTD3 didn't have much replay value for her.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I was rocking with, like, there's certain songs that I kept coming back to, but I rarely gave the entire joint a listen.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I can see what she's saying. But another joint, Rhapsody joint was great. Little Brother's joint was great.
I forgot.
Yeah, Little Brother's joint was great too.
I forgot Little Brother. But again, too short for me. Love the album.
Right. Yeah, because with short albums, you can play the hell out of them really quick.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
Like 30 minutes, and that's not even included the time for the skits.
Right.
So it was,
I mean, you could listen to the album, what was it, 48 times in a day if you wanted to. Sheesh. That's how short it is.
That's short as hell.
And yeah, most people aren't going to do that. Yeah. But it was a fire album. But yeah, shout out to Little Brother for making a great record. Rhapsody joint again was dope. Shout out to like Hokai, who recently dropped an amazing album that I was just talking about. There's so many great albums that dropped this year. A lot of local dudes, man, was killing it.
Soul's album,
J Soul joint was fire. Definitely a great album. Blackness and the Little Brother joint. IDK put out a really solid record. So did oh my god, YBN Cordae record was really, really dope too.
That don't get enough love for me.
Nah, it really doesn't. But it was
love for me.
Yeah, man. It
Sherm gonna watch this back. Notice I didn't say the baby. So
right. Yeah, Sherm wouldn't have said the baby either.
Yeah, I know he wouldn't.
Right.
I know he wouldn't.
But yeah, man. So I mean,
rap. That's my Sherm.
Yeah. Let us know what y'all think in the comments about like what some of y'all favorite records this past year were. It was definitely a lot of great music, man.
I see one for Freddie Gibbs.
Oh yes, woo!
Yeah, Freddie Gibbs album.
Yes, yeah, the Gibbs and Madlib joint.
Oh,
I found myself going back more for the beats than the rhymes, but the rhymes were dope too.
My Ava, yes.
Yeah, Ari Lennox joint was fire too.
That Shea Butter joint.
Brain Orchestra from the 908. I haven't heard that joint. I gotta check it out.
Yeah.
And then who else dropped?
Somebody mentioned Artist of the Decade earlier.
Artists of the Decade, I saw names like Rihanna, Bruno Mars, J. Cole. I feel you, my Ava, but I kind of feel like you can't not have Beyonce in that joint. Yeah, like you kind of can't. If you're talking music in general, you gotta have Beyonce in that conversation, and you also gotta have Kendrick, because look, when people listen. Kendrick's catalog, let's keep it 100, right? Like, Kendrick Lamar got, like, I would say he arguably has one of the best album catalogs in music. When you think about it, right? Yeah, like, cause this dude don't get, like, I don't know if he's ever dropped the okay album, at least not to me, right? Cause like, Damn was crazy, right? Yeah. To Pimp a Butterfly was like literally, that shit was like audio art. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it was fucking amazing. And then Good Kid, Mad City, that shit was fire. Like, you know what I mean? Fire topic.
City got bounce,
oh my god.
That did.
Yo, see that light skin with his brain blown out.
God.
Oh my god.
She did with MC8. What?
And this is not a tape recording saying that he did it, but ever since that day, I was looking at him different. That was back when I was 9. Joey packed a dime, pack a stand on every block is fine. We adapt the crime. Man.
He bodied that
and then before that, he had Section 80. And Section 80 is fire. Like, super fire. You know what I mean?
Who would you say? Yeah. Who would you say who premiered in this decade that you look forward to in the next decade? Because now we got to shift from folks that we know have already been doing it to who you anticipate or look forward to seeing do more of.
I would definitely say Jid from out of ATL.
Yes.
Yeah, Jid. I can't wait to see what he do next.
Yes.
Saba is another one who only gets better, yo.
Yes.
Saba gets better from record to record.
Yeah.
So he's another one I'm excited to see what he does next. I'm actually excited to see what YBN Cordae does next too.
Yes.
So I like those guys, man. trying to think of some other young gunners who were like just really, really dope. I'm excited to see what another dude who Sir. I love Sir's music too, man. Like on the R&B tip, like you know. So I'm always like eager to see what he put out next. But I feel like those Smino's dope. Yeah, Smino's dope as well. I do like Smino. Yeah. What's old girl? I mean, Rhapsody too, man. Like Rhapsody's been. And look, and I keep it a stack with y'all. Like, you know, Sherm will tell you, because Sherm used to hype her so much to me. And it's not that she wasn't dope. It was just like, I didn't feel like the way he would talk about her, I didn't hear what he was saying. And it wasn't until, right. But honestly, it wasn't until those last two albums that these last two albums that she put out that I felt like they were complete. You know what I mean? And they spoke to me. And so you know, I give credit where credit's due, man. Rhapsody is definitely, her come up has been just dope to watch, and not just like, you know, in terms of her albums, just her being on records with like great people and holding her own and outshining some of these dudes. Like her verse on Kendrick's Complexion song or whatever, like, yo, she killed Kendrick on that joint. You know what I mean? The joint with her and J. Cole, I wouldn't say she killed Cole on that joint, but I'd say, he took off. I mean, that nigga's been killing everything. He took off. You know, that was part of that streak he was on.
That's what I'm saying.
But I definitely
North Carolina definitely won this year.
Yeah. I definitely give all respect to her because she held her own in that joint, and I feel like she was step for step with him in terms of the verse. So yeah, man. So shout out to Rhapsody because I feel like she ain't going nowhere. Yo, shout out to like female MCs period this past year, because I always bump into people who start talking about ain't enough dope female MCs out here, and I'm like, what are you saying, B? Because it's so, I was telling Sherm, I was like, dog, I've been listening. It's like, yo, I feel like I've listened to more dope ass like albums from female rappers this past year than I have ever. Like Winnie's album or whatever, like which I had in rotation for a hot second, which was solid. What's that female Gifted Gab, and what's the other female rapper? One's white, the other one's Latino, but they don't.
I know the white
shit.
one you talking about.
Yeah,
I forgot her name though.
Yeah, they get busy.
Nasty.
They get busy.
They thought she was Eminem's daughter.
Oh no, that's Winnie.
Winnie,
right? But then there's this group where it's a white girl and this Latino girl, and they get busy too. So they're dope. Lucy Camp, shout out to her. That's my homeboy Tone Deaf's homie. Obviously, we got Tsunami in here who's super nasty. And the list goes on and on, yo. Like Il Camille, who I got to meet this past year, she's super dope. Hey, my daughter screaming at like Samus. Your Samus killed it too. Hear my daughter screaming.
She trying to put in her.
Hold on, she trying to put in her bed. I'm gonna go get her.
She trying to put it in her vote.
Come here. Hi. You be
like she got quiet.
Dad. Hi. Hey. Say hi. Say peace, everybody.
Hey. You trying to join in?
You gonna say peace?
You see yourself?
Right. You gonna watch. You gonna pop up in the camera in a second. Blimes Brixton. Yes.
Blimes Brixton. Okay.
Nah, Beyonce and Kendrick ain't make this one for me, only because Beyonce is great performance-wise, but other than that, I'm like, okay. As far as Kendrick, he's dope, but not my top three. I can respect that. You see you now? But we gonna see how long it takes before someone realizes you missing. Oh, yeah. That's gonna be the real test.
That's not gonna come soon. That's not gonna come soon.
Wait a minute, hold up, no, wait a minute, no, now she touching stuff. You got like a minute, you know what I mean, before you got to go, baby. You got to go. Shout out to Ryan Collins. Yes, he was a dope guest.
Yes.
Trying to think of here we go again. No baby. But yeah, man. I mean, we can talk about music forever, but let's switch it up. Let's get on
shows or movies.
Shows and movies. Yeah, man. Smino got some super dope music, especially noir as one of my favorites. Yeah, Smino's. Yeah, I really rock with Smino. That Mina joint is one of my favorites. Love a lot of Kenichiro Nishihara. Shout out to him as well. This decade. Oh, yo, shout out to Mega Ran, man. Mega Ran's been having the time of his life and really been killing it and it's been dope to watch, man. You know, shout out to the homie, man. Just I'm really rooting for dude.
Okay.
Yeah, she's like, I'm out. Y'all cool and all.
Right.
Let me go ahead escort her out, and then when we come back in these shows. Where you going? Where you going? Nah, baby, this way. This way. Come on.
That's Pharaoh March.
Hey, I'm about to send Destiny back. Come on. Let's go. I love you. I'll be right back. Holding down cash.
I got it.
All right.
Bye.
Say bye.
So yeah, when he comes back, we're gonna start getting into movies and shows this year. And there's been a lot of good quality stuff that's come out. Some of them we've already reviewed on the show. I wish Sherm was here so he could hear my opinion on Baby Yoda again, but I'm sure he's gonna play this back. Marcus D, artist of the decade, hands down. The decade ain't even know it. Marcus D did drop some dope stuff.
Yeah, he dropped a ridiculous amount of dope stuff.
Marcus D.
Yeah, man. Got screenshot that for Marcus. You know what I'm saying? Bang, bang.
I just hit him up on Twitter. Oh, for those that don't follow, if you haven't by now, go follow Marcus D on Twitter.
Yeah, please and thank you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
man. But so shows, right? What was your show of the year?
Yeah,
that you've seen. 'Cause I know you ain't seen everything.
I haven't. You know what I mean? I haven't.
Who can see everything?
I can't contest to Watchmen quite yet because I haven't seen everything.
Right.
Yeah, I haven't seen it all. So I can only go off of what I've seen. I do like Mandalorian, and that's good. What else out there? The Woo. I like that Woo show.
Was dope.
The Woo show was dope to me. Only because it related to so much of my childhood and so much of what it gave me stuff that I didn't know as much as stuff that I did. It's just to see it on camera was amazing. So that, what would I call the third though? I don't know. I don't really have a third. Yeah. So those two for me.
Okay. So yeah, I would say Watchmen is my number one. Watchmen was perfection, man. Like I love the creative license that they took with how they changed certain things from the comic.
Snowfall was dope.
I got to catch up on Snowfall.
Yeah, that was dope.
Snowfall has been consistently dope for a minute.
Yeah,
I definitely got to catch up. But yeah, man, I love the creative license that they took with Watchmen. Oh my
God,
God,
was also dope.
Yes, Shot was dope. See,
I want to say Game of Thrones, but the last season was so disappointing.
I know.
It hurt.
No.
It hurt my soul.
No.
You know what I mean?
No. You don't get this one.
Yeah, it hurt my soul.
You don't get this one.
And I'm if I'm being 100 with you, HBO. The reason why I didn't jump into Watchmen right away is because it was another HBO show. I just feel like they're gonna make it so good, and then
I feel like
cut your legs at the end.
I feel like HBO's track record though is great. I feel like
I don't know. That's debatable. I don't know.
Go ahead. You go ahead. Give me the worst joints, and I'm gonna come back with these bangers.
I'm gonna start with the best. The Wire. Okay. From the beginning to the end.
Yes.
Excellent. But certain ones that were great and fell flat outside of Game of Thrones, Sopranos.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Fell flat. Also great, fell flat. But True Blood.
Yeah.
Great, fell flat.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And then the third, and Watchmen, go see that. Okay. What else? Those two. And then The Wire was great. It's just I just feel like they're going.
Yeah. I feel like those were like the main. I feel like outside of those though, I feel like their track record great, man.
That's three. That's three bad. Three bad in it. Sopranos.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones and True Blood.
Right.
All in this decade. All excellent up until a certain point, and then cut your legs at the end.
Right.
Yeah. So, and then
I feel like The Wire was so great, it makes up for all that shit.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Like
in 5 seasons, yo. That
if
shit
anything,
was perfection.
you could say you can hang on to The Wire.
Right.
Man, but it's the same thing with Power. Power to me is like you had your climax, and then now it's like, all right, come on, dog. You know what I mean? So it's a good show, but it ain't Wire level. You know what I mean?
Right.
It ain't
That's
Wire
Showtime
level.
though.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'm just comparing like what people are talking about right now. You know what I mean? So for me, they had 3 strikes already. So the Watchmen better start and end good or else.
Right. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
So you know, I mean, yeah. Look, we gonna debate that another time because I got a whole bunch of. I feel like I'm gonna get off track. So look, my 3 shows of the year. Definitely Watchmen. Mandalorian was amazing as well. And When They See Us, the Netflix joint.
Oh, I know we was talking about Netflix series.
I mean, yes, it's a series. It's a series.
Yeah, When They See Us. Yeah, When They See Us.
There's only 4 episodes. Like, definitely some of the best shows I saw were the shorter shows. You know what I mean? Like, all the shows I mentioned were like 8 shows or less.
What about Bird? How was your take on Bird Box?
So now we doing movies?
See that? Is that a movie? Yeah,
it is a movie. Yeah, it's a movie. Right.
If we throw that in with the movies,
Umbrella Academy was dope. Punisher was dope too.
Luke Cage was
dope.
Okay,
I like
Which season did you like better though?
I was mad at them first season for killing off Mahershala. So I did like the villain of season 2. He was way better. You know what I mean? Just because once they got rid of Mahershala, it just kind of the new villain wasn't as he just wasn't. Yeah, that hurt my heart. It was just like they could have easily had them 2 dudes switch roles. Yeah, right.
That hurt my heart.
You know what I'm saying? Or have Mahershala play 2 characters. I'd have been good either way.
Yeah,
more Mahershala, less of the other guy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because the other guy. He's more of like, in almost everything you've seen him in, and I don't know how much y'all seen him in, but I feel like in almost everything I've ever seen. Yeah, and he's usually a henchman, right? So I couldn't take him serious as like the main dude. Like, it was just like, nah, come on, B. Yeah, because he's a henchman in the Godfather Harlem joint. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then he was a henchman in Boardwalk Empire. Yeah. Another great HBO show, which closes strong.
Okay, so that's 2.
Strong. Okay,
that's 2 strong.
There's more. There's more. Big Love.
I didn't see Big Love.
Big Love is fucking dope. Big Love is the dope ass show that you don't see coming. You know what I mean?
I didn't see Big Love.
Yeah, son. You would never think a show about that particular topic would be so dope. But yeah, Big Love was dope.
For the ones that I have seen, you got The Wire and you got Boardwalk Empire. So what else we got, bro?
We gonna do this now, or we gonna do these movies?
Let's do these movies.
Well, how about I'll find ways to segue back to it and drop other notes.
Yeah. We could blend that in another conversation.
All right. So what's your top movie of the year? Oh, yeah. What's the? I give you 3.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know, I know it's hard. One is like, God damn it, Stan. You know what I mean?
The final Avengers.
Yeah.
That one was dope.
Yeah.
They killed my boy though. That's fucked up.
I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? Good though.
What's the name of the joint? Queen of Slim.
Yeah. Damn, yo, your list of mine is Queen of Slim, dog. Slim.
And the Joker.
God damn, give me some, Sherm. Sherm. James, I'm sorry. We miss you, Sherm.
Yeah.
Right.
The Joker. Yeah. And I usually don't. I'm not really.
Yeah, his
I'm
list
harder
is
on
identical to mine.
I'm harder on DC Comics, but this one, that was amazing to see. They did a very good job giving you a different scene or different side of the backstory. Very good imagery. Very good storyline.
Yeah,
it was smooth. It was very smooth delivery. Joaquin did an excellent job. Yeah, playing. You almost felt sorry for him. You know what I mean? And that's the beauty of it. You know what I mean? You felt sorry for the dude. At the same time, you felt why he turned out to be the way he was. Excellent movie. Endgame because it finally came to an end. Great action. It ended a chapter. It came full circle for 10 years actually of when the first Iron Man came out. Yeah. So 10 years of Marvel came to an end this year with one of their storylines. So Endgame definitely has to go there. and Queen and Slim because it was an amazing movie with beautiful. Like Avengers Endgame had folks in the theaters crying at the end.
Johnny put, bitch, I cried at the beginning. Yeah, when his family disappeared, young, that joint. Oh man. Yeah, it was rough.
Those are my.
I cried at the beginning.
Those are my 3.
Hey Johnny, yo, you funny as hell, man. Yeah, yo, like I ain't even gotta share my 3. Yeah, your 3 are my 3. Yeah, Queen and Slim, like every shot, you be hard pressed to find black people shot so beautifully. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it was just really well done, man. And it had one of my favorite lines in a movie ever, and which was out there he ain't shit, but in here he's a king. That right there, man.
Yeah.
Like it's probably one of the most relatable lines. You know what I mean? It's like, even if you are a person who does get love in the world, for the most part, like, you know, if you're blessed enough to be surrounded by people who love you in your home and stuff, like the contrast of when you go out into the world versus who you are to the people who care about you most.
Fact.
And so that line, man, like it shook my whole soul when they said that shit. But yeah, man, like definitely Queen Slim.
Did you know that was a trend when you saw
Yeah.
it?
See, I've been watching Pose with my wife, and so man, my radar's stronger than it was. But like, we would stop.
I didn't know.
I would.
Until I saw it, and I looked at the net, and I was like, oh, that's
cool. But Pete though, like, we would watch Pose, and I'd be stopping there. But like, so wait. So all of them. Yeah. And she's like, yeah. I'm like, wait, that one? Yeah. He's like, yeah. And it's like, but no. That one? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, I don't feel right watching this anymore. And it's because you look, when we finished watching the first season of that, John hugged my wife. She's like, what's wrong? I was like, don't ever leave me. I wouldn't make it out here in these streets. I wouldn't make it out here in these streets. Clearly, it's a new game out here, B. Yeah. And it's like, yo, like I don't care how much you think you know, man. Technology is doing wonders. About that. What?
Ooh, Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse was dope, but that technically came out. That came out end of 2018. So
yeah,
it's
so we talking about specifically this
year.
year.
We talking about 2019. Yeah. But nah, Into the Spider-Verse was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What else we got? Of the decade, I would say Endgame. See, yeah, y'all doing decade. We're like, I ain't even bothered trying to do decade.
We trying to close out,
man. Trying to close this year.
And y'all
talking.
You know what I'm
saying? Y'all doing these decade lists. That's a whole lot of.
We wouldn't be able to go through it.
This would be a 4-hour show,
yeah,
right?
Decade,
you know what I'm saying?
As much as we watch,
we be in like what's the joints called? The little oh my god, you go to sleepovers. The little zip up cover joints.
Oh, you mean a sleeping bag?
Sleeping bag. Yeah. We be in sleeping bags.
Yeah.
What was your show?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we be here forever, son. Yeah, right. We can't do that. You know what I mean? But all right. So we got shows, we did movies, we did albums, we even did sports. I think that's it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So what about y'all, man? Let us know in the comments what y'all thought. If y'all got any more questions, let us know. Otherwise, we're gonna be wrapping soon. You know what I mean? If you are just joining us, happy Kwanzaa. As I said before, Habari Gani. You should already know, and if you don't know, today is Ujamaa, which is cooperative economics. So if you want to participate in some cooperative economics and share your business, if you are a person of color who actually owns your business, you can go ahead and drop that in the link, and we'll definitely support and make it so substantial sleepover. But yeah, drop it in the link, man, so we can share that in the theme of this particular day of Kwanzaa. And then also
Megan Rapinoe, Johnny.
Yeah, that's right. He gave his. I would just agree with his since my team of the year
Megan
included
Rapinoe.
Her. So yeah,
I'm looking forward to seeing more from your boy. I can't front. He is doing his thing, and by your boy I mean Luka Doncic. He's looking pretty good out there, man. Washington Nationals as far as sports. Yeah, we talked about that too, Bernard.
Mm-hmm.
Top comedians. Who would you say was comedian of the year?
Oof.
Is there enough volume for that?
I mean, Who would I say? Who had some of the funniest joints I've seen?
Dave, on that Netflix joint.
Yeah, Dave.
He had a couple of them.
Yeah, Dave, hands down.
He had a couple of them.
Dave, hands down. I mean,
Dave, you can't save.
Look, Dave Chappelle. One.
Oh, okay.
His joints was like the funniest like stand-up joints that they dropped all year. Yeah. Right? That's one. Number two, like the Eddie Murphy joint when he went on, he was only on there for like a few minutes.
Yeah,
and even his little example, like versus the other guy's joint, was like the funniest joint. You know what I mean? Like he still, man, it's like, hey, wait, can you smoke on this? He's like, nope.
Yep.
It's like, yo, Chappelle, man. Yeah, Chappelle was definitely comedian of the year for me. I will say, what's the dude name? I did not expect his stand-up to be so funny.
She may not have been the best in her team statistically, but she sure did stand out more than anybody. She won Athlete of the Year, Female Athlete of the Year, and had an amazing speech that gets replayed over and over again. So that's why Rapinoe is my Athlete of the Year. Basketball, you can't really call that. You can't really say Kawhi Leonard. In my opinion, he did beat the Warriors, but he beat the Harbor Warriors. He beat a team without Klay Thompson. He beat a team without Kevin Durant. Yes, they won a championship, but realistically, he didn't beat the Warriors. You know what I mean? So I can't really say that, as far as that. When it comes to football, that pretty much is starting a new season. That's too early. We can talk about the best football player next year. But last year, who would I say was the best? I don't even think Tom Brady was, to be my perfect opinion. But that's another show as well. But anyway.
For the comedy joints, shout out to Bill Burr. His joint was funny. Deion Cole joint was funny too.
It was funny.
But I would not say them joints were funnier than Chappelle.
Those joints
they were forgettable in comparison to Chappelle's joints. Yeah. Like, yo, come on. Like, I was at somebody's place the other day and they was up here and they was calling my man what do they call? What's his man? What's my
Juicy
man?
Juicy Smouye.
Yo, someone said that the other night, and when they were talking about something, someone said the word juicy, and they was like, "Oh, Juicy Smouye up in this joint," and like, yo, literally, people just bust out in laughter.
How
man.
about when I see his sister? Whenever you see his sister,
yes,
online, you see his sister, you like, oh, that's Juicy Smouye's.
Yeah,
it's a wrap.
Yeah, man. Like,
it's a wrap.
Chappelle, man. Like,
Chappelle.
Yeah, Chappelle got that joint hands down.
That whole, well, Dave, you can't say that because you're not gay. And he said, "Oh, I'm not a nigga either."
Right,
man.
Yo, yeah. It's so many memorable parts. The car ride joint, you know what I mean, where he talk about like, the LGBT community riding in the car together and who's driving and like that whole breakdown. Yo, it's just the way he starts it with with the Anthony Bourdain joint, yo. Like he almost took me out 5 minutes in. I was just like, yo, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. And like, what was an hour long that first one we watched? It took us 2 hours to get through because I kept stopping it. Yo, yeah. So yeah, for me it's Chappelle all day. I wouldn't Chappelle's top dog of the year. I definitely think they're up there. Oh yeah. I would give I'm not saying Bill Burr ain't great, man. Like Johnny, and we can agree to disagree. Bill Burr is great, but in terms of like memorability, like like how memorable he is in comparison to Chappelle,
you're gonna have the Chappelle jokes carry on for years.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
and the Bill Burr stuff is great. And I mean, yo, and don't get it twisted, because I'm a fan of dude. Like, I love him. But, like, man, Chappelle, Sherm's knees.
Somebody in a live, Maeva says that she was talking about the meme of the year. So it just popped up.
The meme of the year, Sherm's knees.
Sherm's knees.
Oh, my God. But yeah, man, I'm trying to think. I did see a meme recently that was probably one of the funniest I've seen. I can't remember where I found it at though. I'll see if I can spot it before we go. But yeah, we gotta get ready to wrap, man. Trying to think. Anything we miss?
Nah, I just want everybody to keep their prayers for Senator Lewis, John Lewis. For those that keep up with politics, he's been diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer, so he's having surgery on that now. So just keep him in your thoughts and your prayers. That's it. Next year is 2020. Said election year. It's new year, new beginning, whole new decade.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
New scenery for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's I'm excited, man. Yeah. I'm definitely I'm ready.
I got a kid graduating.
Yo, it's crazy.
I got a kid graduating. 5
gray hairs came in.
You know what I mean? Crazy, man.
I wanted to know if you would ever work. Yes.
Did he already
so yeah, but I think he might have stepped away.
Okay.
But yeah, to answer your question, I would definitely work with Shingo. Shingo and I have talked a few times about it, and I'm hoping to cook up something to make it happen for the new record. Since we've been hanging a little bit more this year with the shows we've done this past year. And shout out to the homie IQ. I think he was in the chat earlier, but yeah, he's been putting together these great shows, and Shingo and I, because of those shows, have been able to hang a bit more. So hopefully it happens in 2020, man. We'll see what happens. And 2020 is a significant year for a lot of different reasons. It's also it'll be 10 years since the passing of Nujabes. I'm sure these tribute shows that are coming up are gonna have a little more weight to them probably than normal. But yeah, man, excited for the upcoming year. A lot of great things in store, man, and y'all keep tuning in. I also wanted to just remind you guys, man, in the description is the first link that you see. It says if you would like to leave a tip, go here. It is a basically it's called streamelements.com. Substantial. You can go there, leave a tip. It'll automatically go to PayPal. I can kick some bread my brother's way, help out with some of this mileage he putting on his car. He comes a very long way to come kick it every Sunday. And so and we've been doing this just for free, man, because we love kicking it with y'all every Sunday. And so definitely if you got it and you can contribute, we appreciate it. If not, it's all love regardless. We still here. I believe.
Appreciate that, Wendy. Much blessings to you too, man. Health, love, blessings to you and everybody else that's watching, man.
Yeah, same to you, family.
Yeah, man.
Especially since you two are. Yeah, word.
Y'all definitely be good to each other, man.
Yeah, nah, for sure. And yeah, man, I want to tell y'all that it's so much stuff coming up in 2020 or whatever on the creative side of things. But one of the things I'm gonna try to do better with is not telling everybody so much of what's to come, because I've definitely got into a situation where I'm creating a little bit slower than I normally do, and it's mainly because things are picking up so much with my business. So it's becoming harder to it's like, even though I've left the job, which freed up my time, a lot of energy has gone now into the business because the business has been doing well for us. And so and it's dope because we're giving back. We're helping other creatives and stuff like that, but it's also taking away from some of my time to create.
Right.
But yeah, so it's real, but don't worry, music is coming. And so that's all I'm gonna say is music is coming, and you will see. All right. So on that note,
speaking of music, real quick, there's a music store in Laurel. I took Jalen and Jordan there because Jalen just got a keyboard.
Okay.
Christmas, he needed an adapter, so we take him there. They've got all types of equipment. I gotta take pictures or at least send you the link.
Okay.
So you can take a look at it. But yeah, Jordan wants to be a DJ now.
Ah,
we were there for an hour, you know what I mean? And he was on the boards trying to figure out how he was working it, whatever.
You get him a little mini controller. I can get him started with the basics, and then Shell's brother, he DJs, and he was mentored by my man DJ Hobb. So that ain't nothing.
Yeah, he wants a board next year.
That's dope.
The one he wants is a grand, but we'll talk about that.
All right. Wendy said, don't forget to make that 2020 playlist.
No doubt.
Got you. All right.
Fight of the year.
My
Johnny, you came late and now you asking all these questions. We about to wrap up and you still asking fight of the year. Fight of the year.
It's funny, man. I love boxing, but I haven't caught a lot of. I love boxing. I love MMA too, but I haven't caught many fights. I don't think I caught any fights this year.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Yo, Wendy, my man, 100 grand.
Burrito.
Qdoba. Oh, man.
Hey,
I got a gift card right now.
They got the Impossible Burger meat up in that joint now, too.
Oh,
so they got Impossible version of that same burrito. When we went last, that's what I had.
Word.
Yeah.
I got a gift card, $25. I'm about to be fat, Slim.
Go do that, son.
You know?
You know what I mean? Yeah, man. But, yo, Happy New Year to everybody.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Y'all make sure y'all be safe over these next few days and stuff. I know we'll be getting wild out here sometimes for New Year's, so y'all take care of yourselves every day.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, like, you know, I definitely just wanted to say I am eternally grateful to all of y'all. Like, you know, there's so much other stuff out here for you to support. There's so many different people out here sharing their thoughts and a whole lot of other things or whatever. You just got so much to choose from. So the fact that y'all choose to spend the time with us, I just need y'all to know that I don't take that for granted. And I'm grateful that y'all continue to rock with it. So definitely going to do our best, man, to build things up in the new year and introduce some new stuff. And yeah, looking forward to doing more with y'all, you know?
A lot of greatness.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of greatness. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all can stay with us or whatever. Keep rocking with us. Keep supporting. Patreon. Be as much as you can. Be a Patreon. Little goes a long way.
Yeah.
Trust you me. You got three brothers with a whole lot of ideas that we're just looking to move forward and build. You know what I mean? So foundation is already there. Y'all are there. A part of that foundation. Just keep helping us grow that thing up, man. And it'll go a long way.
Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all, man. So y'all have a good one. I think it's about time for that outro music, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, go ahead, you know, get that going. One last time.
Yep.
For here at the studio.
How many plays? 5 million?
Oh yeah, that happened just this week, right?
Yeah.
So this song right here is officially over 5 million plays. I said last week it was on the verge of passing 5 million. It officially did it, and
5 million.
Crazy. Yeah, man. I was in what store was I in today? We were in Panera Bread, and some what was it? Some lo-fi came on, like some lo-fi hip hop, and Shell was talking about something, and I was like, yeah, it was playing. She was like, that ain't you. I was like, nah. But that's the type of music I make, and the fact that we're in this public setting like this, and this is the norm around the world right now. Like, this type of vibe is the norm, and I'm talking about, man, I was chilling in an airport in Iceland, you know what I'm saying? And the type of stuff they was playing was pretty much along this vibe, and so, you know, it's just, yeah, man, it's a dope time to be living in. It's, you know, it's definitely becoming oversaturated, but it's still dope that, you know, these indie artists are getting to be, a chance to shine and make a living doing what they love doing. So thank y'all, man, you know. But on that note, we gotta go, you know what I mean?
Yep. Thanks for tuning in. Happy New Year, everyone. Be safe out there on the roads indeed. Or wherever you go.
Yes, indeed, man. And we will catch y'all in 2020. You know what I mean? All right, y'all be good. Peace.
Johnny said, moderator of the year. You got my vote, Johnny. You got my vote.